Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one cowboy is rounding up survivors of the tornado to encourage them in difficult times.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, Mountain family. A happy Friday to you. It is May 30th. And I'm Amelia Lee here with you at this 5 o'clock hour. And it is time to check on in with meteorologist Eric Dean today for a look at that forecast. Eric, honestly, this sounds so weird. I felt like I was looking at the Aurora Borealis this morning with how the traffic lights were playing on the fog.
You know, so funny you mentioned that. My son and I, he's actually here today. We were looking at that earlier. And he thought the same thing, that we were kind of looking at that. So very interesting with all the fog and all the lights that was hanging around. Now, yesterday made it to 75 degrees after a morning start of 60. 78 and 59 is where we should be for this time of year. Picked up 0.18 of an inch of rain. That puts us at 7.68 inches for the month. Right now we have temperatures in the low to mid 60s, a mild start to your Friday, even upper 50s. Look at Clintwood, 58 degrees, 55 the Double Nichols and Wise, 63 Jonesville, 65 Harlan, Manchester's at 65, London is at 64 degrees. All is quiet right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar, but you don't have to go too far to see what's going to come through later on this morning. You can see right there over towards Louisville, over towards portions of Evansville, Owensboro. That's our weather maker throughout the morning hours. You can see it right there on the wide perspective of what is going on. So if you have plans today or what have you, make sure you have the rain gear handy, especially as we go throughout the mid to late morning hours. We'll get a break in the afternoon hours, then another round will push through this evening. So we'll see temperature of 64 today on the high end. You can see how we get there. You can kind of see when that cold front pushes through as well. So the question is, how long will this rain stick around? And how long will the nice weather next week stick around? Because there's a change to that too. We'll time everything out coming up in the first alert forecast in a few minutes, but right now the current time is 5:01. We'll send it back to Amelia.
Thank you, Eric. A Southern Kentucky woman says she and her family lost a lot more than just her home in the past 2 weeks. A London woman says her boyfriend's mother died, then the tornado ripped through her home. The woman started a GoFundMe, also claiming her boyfriend lost his job while working for the City of London. But that claim started a police investigation, and now the GoFundMe is no longer up. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to her and police about what took place.
Earlier this month, Sierra Barnes says her mother-in-law died, and then on the way home from Lexington, she learned a tornado was about to hit London.
And it was like a voice spoke to me and said, turn around. And it was probably the best thing that we could have done.
Her home was heavily damaged and may be ruled a total loss.
I built my whole life there. I raised my daughter there.
She then put a post on Facebook and started a GoFundMe claiming that her boyfriend was also losing his job with the City of London's Public Works Department. This is a screenshot of the GoFundMe that has since been taken down. When we spoke to Barnes Thursday morning, she said that her boyfriend was in a group that was told his job was in jeopardy with Public Works.
And was having a meeting with them about what was going to happen. They said pretty much, you know, this is the group that we plan on laying off, and it is coming.
We checked with London's mayor, the public works director, someone who works in human resources. Everyone told us there's been no terminations this week. Nobody has lost their jobs, and there's been no talk of firing or laying off anyone. London police also said they opened an investigation. Police say Barnes told them the GoFundMe was taken down and she's no longer asking for money. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
London's public works director also says there was never any intention to lay anyone off, and in fact they are looking to hire more help. Barnes also told us her boyfriend has since found a new job. In the days after the storm, Roscoe's daughter delivered generators and critical supplies to hard-hit neighborhoods. Now with state provided trailers being set up at Levi Jackson Wilderness Park, the focus is on stocking them with camper kits like bedding, cookware, and bathroom essentials. The nonprofit is also collecting toys and craft supplies to help children cope.
We need help. Ways that people can help. We need help sponsoring camper kits. We need help replacing the kids' toys. We need help collecting gift cards to take. We do not hand out cash, but we are comfortable raising funds and purchasing gift cards to hand out, or if people would like to donate gift cards, We want to put it directly in the hand of the people who need it, what they need most. And right now, it's financial means to continue.
Donations can be made through Roscoe's daughter's Amazon wishlist or the United Way of Laurel County. A town hall meeting will be held tonight in London for people affected by that tornado. Mayor Randall Weddle will be joined by FEMA, the American Red Cross, and Kentucky Emergency Management. It's happening at 6 o'clock in the gym at London Elementary. Officials say this is an opportunity for folks to speak with officials and disaster recovery partners. State police say they still have plenty of free concert tickets to see country music star Jodie Messina tonight. They're being offered to first responders and people affected by the tornado in Laurel and Pulaski counties. To get a free ticket, you can go to State Police Post 11 in London from 9 until 4, and you do have to show your address is in one of those affected areas. The show is at Renfro Valley in Rockcastle County tonight at 8. Well, he's not a first responder or a government official, but he is a cowboy and he cares. WYMT's McKinley Calangino spoke with David Graham on how he's trying to encourage London tornado victims.
Thank you.
The cowboy who cares. David Graham travels to disaster sites nationwide to let folks know it is okay for hearts to hurt.
So hearts hurt all over the place in a disaster like this. And so I try to be available. So I impact, and I stay with a commitment, and I serve.
Bringing a second of joy to Laurel County and areas ravaged by disaster. Honoring workers, victims, and volunteers by waving and the slight tip of his hat in hopes to share an ounce of encouragement.
When they see me day after day, rain or shine, snow, every morning, every night with a fire, soft music playing, and I'm going to honor them. I honor everybody. Trying to give these folks 15 seconds to drive by and be like, that's nice.
Leaving words of encouragement throughout affected areas and willing to listen to any and everyone just to bring a smile to a local's face. Cowboy Dave is there to simply listen and remind folks it is okay for hearts to hurt.
They need to know that they're not overlooked, and when all the atmosphere of vendors and cooking and all the wonderful supplies are begin to dwindle down and they have to go back to their own situations, Cowboy will be here.
Whether he's praying for you, listening to those who have had their hearts broken, or delivering supplies to volunteers, Cowboy Dave cares.
You're a monster! You're a monster!
In Laurel County, McKinley Calangino, WYMT Mountain News.
Cowboy Dave says he will be there as long as the community needs him. He's located in front of the Sunshine Hills subdivision. He also came to Eastern Kentucky after the 2022 flood. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:07. As AI gets smarter, so do scammers. Some officials want you to be aware of how thieves are getting crafty with technology.
And rain gear will be needed as you head out the door this morning. Details coming up.